You're not overwhelmed. You're too available. Let that sentence sink in for a moment, because it holds the key to a calmer, more productive life. You believe you are drowning in tasks, a feeling that starts as a ripple and quickly becomes a tidal wave. You look at your to-do list, and it feels like a monster that never sleeps, its demands growing with every passing hour. You feel the constant pressure, the low-grade hum of anxiety that follows you from the moment you wake up, a shadow cast by the glowing screen on your nightstand. But what if the source of this chaos is not the volume of work, but the unguarded open-door policy you have with your own life? The real problem is that you are always accessible. This digital open door means your attention is never truly your own. Your time is a free-for-all. Your mind is a public square for every passing thought message request. Your energy is a resource you give away freely to anyone who asks, leaving little for yourself. This constant state of availability feels normal in our hyper-connected world, but it is the silent killer of your dreams. It makes your life feel loud, fragmented, and excruciatingly slow. It is the invisible force that halts your personal and professional growth right in its tracks. You are trying to build a skyscraper with pebbles, responding to tiny demands while the foundation of your future remains unpaved. The promise I want to make to you today is simple, yet profound. By learning to be less available, you will reclaim the two most precious resources you own, your time and your focus. You will finally create the space you need to think clearly, to innovate, to build something meaningful, and to live a life that feels like your own. This isn't about becoming unreachable or selfish. It's not about ignoring the world, but about engaging with it on your own terms. It is about becoming intentional. It is about understanding that your attention is a finite and valuable asset, and you get to decide how it is invested. You are the gatekeeper of your own focus. Imagine your life as a garden. Right now, the gate is wide open, and every passing distraction is free to trample the soil. By closing that gate, you're not locking people out. You're protecting what you want to grow within. In our hyper-connected world, being perpetually available feels like a prerequisite for success. But this constant accessibility is not a free service. It comes with a steep and often hidden price. This cost is not always visible on a balance sheet or a performance review, but you feel it in your bones. A low-grade hum of anxiety, a constant sense of being behind. It costs you your focus, making it nearly impossible to engage in the deep, uninterrupted work required for true mastery and innovation. It costs you your growth. The precious time you should be investing in new skills is relentlessly eaten up by shallow, reactive tasks. It can even cost you your money through missed opportunities and costly mistakes made in a state of distraction. To put it simply and directly, you cannot build a meaningful future if your present is constantly being interrupted and fragmented. You are trading your long-term dreams for the fleeting validation of short-term distractions. The single greatest casualty of being too available is the death of deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's where breakthroughs happen. When you are constantly available, you are actively preventing yourself from ever entering this highly productive and fulfilling state. Imagine your mind is a calm, clear lake. Every notification, every quick question, every context switch creates ripples that disturb the surface, obscuring your clarity. Research shows it can take up to 20 minutes to regain your full concentration after a single minor interruption. With just a few interruptions an hour, you spend your day busy, but never truly productive. Depth creates value. Shallowness merely creates busyness. Your professional and personal value is not determined by how quickly you respond to emails or messages. It is determined by the quality, insight, and creativity of the work you produce when you are fully engaged. In today's economy, protecting your focus is not a luxury. It is an essential economic necessity. When you reclaim your attention, you will produce better work in less time, freeing you up to do more of what you love, with more energy and presence at the end of the day. The essential tool for this reclamation project is the boundary. It's the master key to unlocking the time you thought was lost. Think of a boundary not as a wall, but as a beautiful garden gate. It is not meant to permanently lock people out. It gives you control over who enters your personal and professional space and when. It allows you to welcome people in on your own terms when you are present, rested, and ready to give your full attention. This is an act of profound respect for yourself and a clear signal of respect for others. Setting boundaries is a skill, and like any skill, it requires deliberate practice. It will feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you have a history of always saying yes. The short-term discomfort, however, is a small price for long-term clarity and peace. But the truth is, clear boundaries are a kindness. When people know when you are available and when you are not, it eliminates confusion, prevents resentment, and manages expectations. The power of a well-placed boundary is that it creates space. It carves out pockets of time and silence in an otherwise noisy day. This space is not empty. It is fertile ground for focus, creativity, and rest. So, how do we build these gates? First, create sacred blocks of quiet time. Block out 2 or 3 one-hour slots in your calendar and label them deep work. During this time, there are 0 interruptions. Close your email, silence your phone, and close all unnecessary tabs. Treat this appointment with yourself as seriously as a meeting with your most important client. Second, establish clear communication hours. This is called batching. Instead of being constantly reactive, decide when you will check messages, say 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Use an autoresponder. I check and respond to emails twice daily to ensure I can focus on my work. Thank you for your patience. Third, learn and practice your scripts. For example, at work, when a colleague asks for just 5 minutes during your focus block, you can say, "I'm in a deep work session right now, but I'm free at 4 p.m. Can we connect then?" In your personal life, if a friend asks for a last-minute favor on a night you've reserved for rest, try, "That sounds fun, but I'm already committed tonight. I'd love to see you though. Are you free next week?" A simple, "I'll have to check my calendar and get back to you," is also a powerful tool. It gives you a moment to pause instead of offering an immediate yes. Now, for some immediate actions. 1. Go into your phone settings and turn off all non-essential notifications. Be ruthless. 2. For the next 2 hours, commit to not checking your email. Set a timer if you need to. Feel the difference. Notice the mental space that opens up. Remember, small hinges swing big doors. Let's return to where we began. You're not overwhelmed. You're too available. This one truth, when you fully embrace it, has the power to change everything. When you protect your time, you build power. When you guard your focus, you find calm. When you create space, you grow into the person you were always meant to be. You finally start showing up for the people and the projects that truly matter, giving them the best of your energy, not the dregs. Your life changes when you're not available to everything. This is the simple, repeatable creed for a more intentional life. This journey is not about becoming cold, distant, or unhelpful. It is about becoming clear, deliberate, and discerning. You are the leader of your own life, the thoughtful curator of your own time. You are the one who decides where your precious, finite attention goes. Every graceful no to a distraction is a powerful yes to your own growth. I am not available to everything. If this message has resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Join a community committed to reclaiming their focus, finding their calm, and pursuing truly meaningful growth together. Share this with one person who is always available and needs this permission slip to take back their time. Remember, you hold the key. Take one small step today, because your life truly changes when you're not available to everything. Start this week. Choose one quiet hour to protect. Say no to one small thing that doesn't serve your goals. Turn off one set of notifications that constantly steals your focus. Small changes, practiced consistently, bring monumental results. Begin to choose with intention, with deep respect for your worth and your future. Your external world reflects your internal state. Curate calm within, create meaning without. Your life changes when you're not available to everything.